Hey boss, hey boss, hey boss, hey. It's your girl LaShawn Henry here, aka Sister Sense. Yay! We are going to talk about your purpose to profit today. I am having a 2-day, 2-part pop-up experience for my business besties who are looking to jumpstart the new year and get crystal clear about building your best business, life, and self. I'm going to get comfy on this couch. Come on in, come on in, come on in to the virtual building. Whether you are joining me, tongue-tied, whether you are joining me alive or on the replay side, definitely let me know who you are and where you are. Hey, 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 in this beautiful world today. And of course, those of you who are joining me on the replay side, you know how I do. Always remember to drop into the comment box, hashtag replays rock. So let's get into the conversation that I have for you, purposed to profit. So this one is really interesting, and I want to get comfy on this couch. I'm always hanging out at the beautiful Greenville Hilton to kick off the year, and I wanted to virtually check in with my community because so many people are talking about purpose. How can they live in their purpose? How can they find their purpose? How can they turn their purpose into profit, right? And I said, you know what? To kick off this year, get you clear, I want to talk about some of the things that I did to get into a place where I could unblock my blessings and live in my purpose and make a living, right? As an entrepreneur, working at home, that laptop lifestyle, work from anywhere kind of laptop lifestyle. I kind of wanted to share some things that I've done that you can do too. So in this 2-part experience, we're going to talk about purpose, profit, and everything in between when it comes to your motivation, monetization, and momentum. I want to make sure that you are moving forward with momentum, with strategy and intention. So I'm excited. First part of today's conversation, what I want to do is to start talking about some of the essential things that I've done to work on figuring out what my purpose was and living in that, actualizing the dream. So I'm going to get my iPad here so I could jump right into the conversation that I have prepared for you. And as I'm doing this, I always love to say, notebook is great, right? Because we've got a lot to talk about as part of this 2-part series. A notebook is great. A Google Doc is even better. So if you plan on hanging out with me as part of this experience, you could always go over to docs.google.com and create a purpose to profit brain dump document. So everything that we talk about as part of this experience, you can take note of there, okay? So that's the first thing. As you are doing that, I'm going to make sure that I let the world know what is going on today, okay? Let me make sure I share this live with the community. So just give me a sec to do that. Fire starters. I'm looking for one more. There we go. And one more share. I need to pause for a second. My brain ain't braining. I'm just sharing this out real quick on several groups so the community can check in with me. One more spot. Here we go. Okay, good. Got it. All right. So let's jump into the first part of our experience, which is focused around purpose. And what I did was I basically sat down and identified 7 things that I did to work on, find the purpose, live in the purpose, that experience. Okay. So we're going to talk about those today. Find it, live it, embrace it when it comes to your purpose. Now, first thing is happy. It took me a while. It took me a really long time to sit down with self, get quiet, and get clear about my kind of happy. And if you're in a space where you want to live in your purpose, in order to do that, you have to figure out what works for you, right? Because everybody is different. I am what they call a social introvert. Like I can socialize until my battery is like like this, and I'm like, I gotta go, right? And so I had to learn how to find balance of creating my tribe because it didn't exist, right? And getting quiet about the things that genuinely made me feel that I was happy. And so that's the first thing that I want you to think about when it comes to this conversation of living in your purpose, finding your purpose, really sitting down and thinking about, independent of your kids, of your spouse, of your parents, of your siblings, of your friends, what genuinely makes you happy. Okay. And this is hard for a lot of us. I think about the fact that for many years when I transitioned from being a single gal to being a mom, and it was my family of 3, the hubby, the son, and me. For many years, I lost me, like the things that I liked to do. And a lot of it was, well, let's do things that would be fun for my son. Let's do things that would be fun for my family. Oh, my hubby doesn't eat this. My hubby doesn't go here. So just kind of becoming the family version of me, but forgetting who I always wanted to be, what I enjoyed, right? Especially in my younger years, in my 20s, right? So the first part of this conversation is happiness. Thinking about the things that genuinely, independent of other people, make you happy. And the more you do that, the more you'll find you're going to get better at identifying what living in your purpose means to you. Now, I think about this on many levels, on the level of personal, but also professional, right? Oh my goodness. Many years ago, I started to teach this topic called When Your Passion Becomes a Pain, right? Whether it be you're not working in the job or the career that you want, number one, or number two, you're an entrepreneur and you find yourself doing things that you started off loving, but again, the passion has become a pain, right? So whether it is personal or professional, when it comes to right now, moving forward, right? I always love to say, nothing changes if nothing changes, okay? So when it comes to moving forward in your life and in your business, what makes you happy as far as the things that you want to do, the people you want to work with, the things that you want to create, right? The things that you want to see around you. I am at the beautiful Hilton Greenville here in Greenville, North Carolina. And I have decorated this space. I'm going to go around at some point and do video. I literally have decorated this space to make me happy. My hubby was like, you're only going to be at this hotel for like a couple of days. Why are you taking a month's worth of stuff? I was like, because I need my photos. I need to make the space look colorful and bright. These are all mine. I needed to make, my my little branded banners behind me. I need the space to look like me because that makes me happy, right? So we're going to go through 7 H's that I want you to consider. The first one is happy. Feel free to share with me those things that really come up for you. Number 1. Number 2, I want you to think about help. 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 Living in your purpose, for me, when it comes to the concept of help, there's a duality. There's a duality between, if you are like me and you want to be an entrepreneur, as entrepreneurs, we are helpers. So thinking about how you want to help people, right? So I think about the women, the business besties in my tribe, and the fact that they are in spaces where they're trying to tap into their profit potential. They're trying to live their purpose and be the person they want, live the life that they want. So doing something like this helps me help my tribe, possibly you hanging out with me today, okay? So number 1, you want to think about the duality of help as far as how you want to help people, how you want to serve people in life, right? And then number 2, where you feel like you need help, where you feel like you need support, because that's important, right? I remember there was a poem that I had to learn in elementary school, and no man, no woman, well, just say no woman. It says no man is an island. I always say no man, no woman, but no man is an island, right? And at the end of the day, we'll find ourselves kind of going through the motions of being an adult and doing everything because everyone expects that person of us, right? So when it comes to finding your purpose and living in your purpose, you got to get quiet. You got to get still. You got to think about, number 1, as I talked about, first one, what makes you happy? Number 2, how can you help? And what kind of help do you want in your life, right? I always say closed mouths don't get fed, right? So you got to open up, you got to communicate, you got to let people know how you want to be helped, where you want to be helped, what kind of help you want. And then from the professional perspective, the clearer I've become in my life as an entrepreneur about how I want to help people, the happier I've become. So I'm a web designer, right? As y'all know. And that used to be my primary bread and butter. And as I've gotten older, I am a diabetic. I'm on the other side of 40. I've kind of slowed down, still build websites, but slow down as far as building websites because I'm like, you know what? I want to work with women. I want to do more coaching, which is what I'm doing a lot more now than I used to, number 1. Number 2, I want to monetize and sell digital products. I've always sold digital products, right? However, my primary bread and butter was my web design company, right? So you want to think about when it comes to this concept of help, are you in a space where you want to transition how you help people? Because sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard because people keep asking you to do something and you felt pulled or compelled to do it. Sometimes it's hard because you just haven't really sat down and thought about the changes or started to make the changes to get to that next season, that next space in your life where you want to be. Okay. So for me, number 2, when it comes to finding your purpose and living in your purpose, happy 1, help number 2. How are you going to help people? How do you want to be helped? Next one here that I want to share is heal. Heal. There's so many things that I've experienced, that you've experienced, that we've all experienced that have broken us, hurt us, traumatized us, triggered us in some way. In order to help others, we have to heal ourselves. And I myself know many entrepreneurs like myself who got into entrepreneurship to help other women, to help other Black people, to help certain groups, specifically because they are you. And they're parts of you that you're looking to heal through the process of helping others, right? Can you relate to that? So if you're in a space where you're looking to get better at becoming your best version of you, finding your purpose. Going through the healing process for many of us is identifying those parts of ourselves that need to be healed, and also those part of ourselves that we have healed, being able to share that process with others who can identify, right? And when I think about getting to the other side of 40 and my body being a diabetic, things that I've gone through, spending many, many years being mommy, being wifey, right? Trying to give all of me to others, and then getting to a place where I was like, I'm exhausted, I'm burned out, right? I had to figure out how to heal, how to put more time and energy into me. Which brings me to number 4, which is holistic. Holistic. Finding your purpose, living in your purpose for me, it's all about taking a holistic approach to you. And also, when I work with my clients, I take a holistic approach to how I serve. So, what that looks like, well, from the holistic side, I feel like you're looking at pretty much everything when it comes to the spiritual, the physical, the emotional, right? The head work, heart work, hard work, like holistically, all the things that you need to work on to make you your best you. So me getting into a space where I'm like, okay, girl, you gotta work on these BDs, you gotta work on these diabetes, gotta go to the doctor more, gotta go to the dentist more, gotta go get your annual checkups more, gotta work on exercising more, gotta work on changing your diet, like just holistically, mentally, spiritually, what I needed to do for me. And then at the same time, holistically, how I want to serve the people that I wish to serve, right? So I'm a business bestie. I always say to my business besties, think of me as your content coach and your business bestie, right? And we're going to do all the things. We're going to work on your branding. We're going to work on your business. We're going to work on your books. We're going to work on your money, your marketing, your sales, just taking a very holistic approach to how I work with the women in my circle has been a big part of my mission, a big part of my vision. And so I want you to be able to create a space where you get quiet with self. Obviously, we're hanging out together right now. You get quiet with yourself and just really think about what that would look like for you, right? Things that you need to do, physical, emotional, mental, all the things to make you get better, because it really is about intention. And it's so crazy to think about this year and what I've been through in the last couple of years. Like, I've done so many dental surgeries, baby. Just going through the motions of making my doctor visits more a part of my life, working on, when I go there, she's like, okay, let's make sure your A1C is good. Let's make sure, which it's gotten so much better than it used to be. It used to be crazy. Like, for a little bit, I was losing my vision, nerve damage, all the things, because again, neglect, right? And thinking about living in your purpose, you have to take a holistic approach to getting better at loving you, number one. And from the professional perspective, thinking about holistically how you want to serve people within your community, your ideal customers and clients. Those two things really have been passion projects for me. And I've gone through a lot. I've done a lot. I've changed a lot in the last couple of years. And if you're on that journey as well, yay. Let's pat ourselves on the back, right? But if you're just starting, start. because that's what's going to help you get better at living the life that you want, right? So we're talking about today Purpose to Profit, 2-day session, 2-part session, going live tonight, 7 p.m. EST right now, and then tomorrow at 7 a.m. Just checking in with you guys while I hang out this weekend and do all the things at the beautiful Aloft here. Well, I always say Aloft because I do the Aloft sometimes as well. At the beautiful Hilton here in Greenville, North Carolina. So we're talking about happy, help, heal, and holistic. Those are 4 key areas of your life, personal and professional, that you really got to think about when it comes to living in your purpose, becoming your best you. I also want you to think about the following 3, okay? Because I got 7 on this list for you. The next one here is your habits. Your habits. One of my favorite quotes is, success is the sum total of the little things that you do day in and day out. For me, that means that you got to figure out how to create a space where you are making better decisions as far as the things that you do and the things that you bring into your space. And you are getting better at self-discipline, because there's so many things that we want to do. We start today and then we stop tomorrow, okay? Right? Especially when it comes to the beginning of the new year, we got all these resolutions, and to be clear, half of them we just don't ever get to, just keeping it real. So getting into a place where you get more disciplined and you really think about those habits that you're going to determine to commit to is an important part of the process that I want to share with you. Okay. Now, feel free, those of you hanging out with me, to kind of take notes, and you can even drop into the chat. If any of these so far are things that you go, I really want to sit down and think about, I really want to focus on when it comes to, again, finding my purpose, living in my purpose, embracing everything I want to be. Okay. Number 1, happy. What makes you happy? Number 2, you getting clear about help, right? Where you need help and how you plan to help others. Okay. Number 3, for me, it's all about healing, right? Thinking about really and truly, genuinely how you have healed, because a part of being an entrepreneur, oftentimes we find we want to help people based on where we've healed and helped ourselves. And also thinking about how you're going to continue the healing journey, right? And then for me, number 4, I wanted you to explore holistically how you are going to work on your physical, your spiritual, your emotional well-being from the personal perspective. And then holistically, how you want to serve the clients and the customers that you, as an entrepreneur, solopreneur, mommypreneur, whatever preneur you are, how you wish to holistically serve the people you wish to serve. Those are the first 4 core concepts that I wanted to share as far as the purpose conversation. Okay, especially at the new year, a lot of people are trying to get clear about finding their purpose, living their purpose, and of course, tapping into their profit potential. Now, as I share these with you, definitely feel free to share this out with your business besties. You can either put @followers to alert them and say, hey, you want to check this out today? Or you can just hit the share button and share as you like, okay? Sharing is caring. And of course, definitely feel free to share with me, of the 4 we've discussed thus far, which of these really resonates with you that you want to commit to putting more time, energy, and focus around, okay? Next one that I want to share with you, I mentioned, was 1, 2, 3, 4, your habits, and really identifying things that you're going to do more of. From the professional, I'm going to say this, from the professional perspective, every year I give myself these personal challenges, okay? So this year, one of my personal challenges is to create at least 1 7-second short form video on my social media platforms every day. for the year. Okay, so 365 days posting at least one short form video on social media content. So far, so good, right? Um, there was a year professionally, I challenged me to go live every single day. And I did that for over a year. So from the let me drink some water. From the professional perspective, okay, if you're working on finding your purpose and living in your purpose, you got to get better at creating better habits for yourself. And I always challenge myself to identify little things that I can commit myself to, right? One of the things that we're doing inside of my Insider Circle program, definitely invite you to join us, because this year, baby, it's a win for me. If you didn't have the opportunity to, by the way, join me here in North Carolina, definitely come out in April. Okay, so I'm going to be right back here at the Greenville Hilton in April for Spring Into Action. So definitely check in. There we go. Check in with me if you want to come out and hang out with me for Spring Into Action in April, or for Print Your Profits in October. Those are going to be the next 2 weekend workshops that I do. Okay, I always like to do at least 2 or 3 for the year. Okay. So that's another habit that I can share. Just consistently having these intimate experiences, weekend workshops for my business besties, them coming out, hanging out with me for a couple of days so we can do all the things when it comes to mapping out their next best steps, creating content, products. These are the kind of things that we do inside of the Assistant Circle when I host virtual and in-person weekend workshops, okay? I wanted to take the opportunity in between all the things that I'm working on this weekend to do this pop-up with you guys, a little late night session now, and then an early morning session before my day officially begins tomorrow, okay? So I'm live now, 7 p.m. EST until, and then I'm going to do another follow-up session with you guys tomorrow, 7 a.m. EST, till I do all the other things that I plan to do here that day, okay? So let's keep on keeping on. What kind of personal habits do you want to integrate into your life, and professional habits, right? So one of my new things, oh my goodness, I knew I was going to forget something, my Oculus. So I love the Supernatural app for exercising and moving, because I work at home. I'm a sedentary creature. I don't move as much as I should, right? So getting better at me working on my physical, one of the things that I did was invest in the Oculus, and I started doing Beat Saber. That's another one that I absolutely love, in addition to the Supernatural fitness program. What are some things that you want to work on to become parts of your day, right? To make you better and your business better, okay? Next one here that I want to share is harmony. Harmony. It's about balance for me. And at the end of the day, if you are in a space where you feel like your life is chaotic and things are all over the place and up and down and all the things, that is going to make it hard for you to get quiet and still and figure out where you want to be, who you want to be, and what you want to do, right? So going back to the overarching vision here, first part of this Purpose to Profit 2-day, 2-part experience that I'm sharing with you guys, we've got to think about how you can create more harmony in your life. It's funny because when I get on one-on-one calls with my clients and I'm sitting on my porch, they're like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "On my porch." They're like, "Oh my gosh, it sounds beautiful there. You got birds. They could hear like all the little crickets and things in the background." And it's like, I live in a cul-de-sac, by the way. So for me, being in a space where I can have harmony in my home, I can have quiet, it's so important. Or creating spaces of harmony for yourself. It could be that you just find a little piece of space in your home that makes it harmonious for you. Could be that you do something like this and you find at least once a month, maybe once or twice a quarter. You go, you book a hotel room, either just for you. What I like to do is book a suite for me and my business besties to come out, and we hang out and we do business stuff and we listen to music and we go and eat and do all the things. That's harmony for me. That's happy for me. So creating balance in your life is getting to a place where you can really sit down and think about where the chaos is coming from. Could be people, okay? Right? There's a quote that I absolutely love. It says, you either change the people around you or you change the people around you. You feel me? If you're not changing them where they're mind melding with you and starting to do the kind of proactive, positive things that you do, you need to change them. Switch them out to the left, switch them out, right? Figure out how you can surround yourself with the kind of people that are like you and or the people who you strive to be, right? I always love this quote. If I'm the smartest person in the room, what? You got to find another room, right? So talking about living in your purpose, finding your purpose, you've got to be in a harmonious space because, baby, if it's loud, if it's angry, if it's negative, if it's sad, if it's dark, if it's depressed, if it's not balanced, it's going to be hard for you, to hear your internal desires, to hear your inner self, to heal your inner child if everything out there is loud. And sometimes it's not just everything out there that's loud. Sometimes it's in here that's loud, or it's in here that's loud. I can tell you that when my diabetes got really, really bad and I was in a really low place physically, I was in pain where my body was screaming at me. Like, I learned to sleep for 3 hours because at the time I could barely sleep for 10 minutes. Like, I mean, I was a straight up insomniac because I was in so much pain. I was having these, I don't even know how to describe them, these back pain welts that were coming up on my back. I couldn't lie down. I couldn't, there was no position that worked. I had got a lot of nerve damage. My foot went numb. And I remember the day that I lost a lot of feeling in my right foot. And I kept shaking it. It was like, God, what's this? What's this? What's this? Definitely starting therapy helped me. What are the things that they put in? The needles. I can never remember. The needles, when they put them in my foot, that helped. Still not quite what it used to be, but definitely better than it was. My body was in so much pain. I couldn't think. I couldn't concentrate. Everything was loud. And so harmony is about healing. It's about that physical, your health and all the things, finding balance, making sure your environment is right. Because then that's when things shift. One of the things I love to do at home is sit on my floor, and I may not move for like 5, 6, 7 hours because I'm just in my head brainstorming, coming up with ideas and doing all the things. And that for me is balance. That's harmony. It's funny because I see a lot of people right now looking at other countries, and whether it be people taking siestas or not having to work 2 or 3 jobs, or being able to afford a home, or being able to afford groceries, fruits, vegetables, balance. You know what I mean? For a lot of people, it's working 12-hour days and then coming home and working for your family and doing all of these things and feeling like your whole nervous system is completely shot because you're not you're not in a space where you can slow down, where you can think, where you can do the things that you need to do. which is why finding purpose, becoming your best you, creating spaces, if not every day, more times of day, more days within your weeks, within your months, where you have harmony and balance, so important. So important. So we've got one more of the 7, because there's different things that I'm going to do when I hang out with you guys tonight. All right. We got one more of the 7 to talk about this first part of my Purpose to Profit 2-day experience, hanging out with you guys, 7 p.m. until until I get tired, because I got to wake up really early tomorrow. 7 p.m. until tonight, and then I'm going to jump back on here live with you guys 7 a.m. EST tomorrow. Okay, 2 parts. First part is this, talking about 7 core concepts that you should be thinking about if you want to find your purpose and live in your purpose. So far, we talked about finding your happy, what makes you happy, what kind of help you need or how you're going to help others. Where do you need to help? A lot of us as entrepreneurs heal through the process of helping others, right? Taking a holistic approach to your health, to your happiness, taking a holistic approach to thinking about how you can create your best business and holistically serve the people that you wish to serve, thinking about the habits, what you're doing, what you're consuming, what's coming into your world on a minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day basis. Your habits are a part of the process. Harmony, creating balance in your life, in your business. For my 9-to-5 entrepreneurs, where you have to work at work at home, and then work on your business, you got to find that harmony. And then last one for me is hero. It's funny because I'm hearing Hero, the song. Is it Mariah Carey that sings that song? I'm hearing it, but I can't place the singer. You got to think about how you're going to become your hero and the hero to the people you wish to serve. From the space of you being a leader, of you being an influencer, of you being someone who's going to create a legacy for you, for your family, for your children. How are you going to be a hero for yourself? At the end of the day, a lot of times we get into a place, especially as adults, where we think nothing changes if nothing changes, and we just keep going through the rhythm of doing the same old thing. And we are waiting. A lot of us, we waiting on God, we waiting on the lotto, we waiting on a miracle, we waiting on a change, we waiting to magically find time. We waiting. And one of my signature citizen sayings is, don't wait, create. Create a space where you become the author of your story, where you become the leader of the pack. Create a space where you're not waiting for somebody to affirm, confirm, tell you how to become your best you. You already know what to do. Living in your purpose means becoming a hero. And heroes aren't always the strongest. Heroes aren't always the bravest. I'm scared a lot of times. I physically feel weak a lot of times. I sometimes need to hibernate in my bed. Let me tell you something. I'm coughing quite a bit. My son got sick just before the end of the year, gave me a bug. And of course, when I get the bug, I give it to the hubby. And I've been like coughing. I'm better than I was, but baby, it was a process for me. I say that because there are so many things that we go through. And when we go through things, everything can create a space where we go or we stop. Fight or flight, right? Oh, I'm too sick to get up today. Oh, my voice sound horrible. I ain't going online. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't doing no video. I'm as hoarse as all get out, right? When you're a hero, you step up. You go, I'm scared, but I'm going to do it anyway, right? You know you are called to do, you called to serve, to lead others. And of course, before you lead others, you got to lead you. So when it comes to living in your purpose, we have to create spaces where we're not just waiting for things to change or waiting for other people to tell us what to do. Being vocal about what you want, vocal about what you believe, having a message and not being scared about what people are going to say or if folks are going to get offended about you being your truest version of you. That, to me, is what a hero is supposed to be, right? Now, I'm not talking about being in a space where you need to put on the cape, because a lot of us need to take the damn cape off. That's a whole other story, right? I'm just talking about being in a place where you know you get better at becoming better when it comes to tapping into your personal strengths, when it comes to setting boundaries, speaking up for yourself, speaking up for others. Those are the kind of traits that I look to when I'm like, listen, I want you to find the hero in you. I don't want you to put on the cape where you're overextending yourself, where you're letting people walk all over you, where you're letting other people take from you, right? We all know what that looks like when people take from us our energy, our time, our culture, our existence. Those are not things that I want you to do. But to become your best you've got to tap into the leader within you. Hey, I see you. I see you. Happy New Year to you too. Mwah. Thank you for hanging out with me. Definitely, as you guys are here with me, let me know who you are and where you are in this beautiful world today, whether you are watching live or on the replays side. As always, every year, I love to kick off the year right here at the beautiful Hilton here in Greenville, North Carolina. And while I'm doing all the things this weekend, I wanted to spend some time with you guys, especially because I felt called to have this conversation. I've been going online, looking on these social media streets, and people are like, how do I live in my purpose? How do I find my purpose? How do I work on tapping into my profit? You know, I need to make some money like yesterday. Okay. And I said, let me come on here and share some things that I've done and some things that you can do too. Okay. When it comes to your purpose, your profit, your momentum, your revenue, all the things that I want to share with you. Okay. So, first part of this conversation today was just about what it means to get to a point where you've unblocked your blessing of living in your purpose. And I just kind of sat to myself and thought, I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years. I've been blessed to be in my home that we purchased well over 10 years ago. And I'm just a Brooklyn girl who was living in an apartment, who didn't have no car, who didn't have no man, who didn't have no who didn't have no kid. You know, I was in my 20s just trying to figure out things. You know what I mean? But I knew what I wanted. I knew that I wanted a family. I knew that I wanted to have a child. I knew that I wanted to work at home. And in the process of knowing what made me happy, what made me feel holistic, what made me feel like a hero, the habits I needed to integrate into my business and my personal life, in the process of taking the time to prioritize those things, I became the person who I am, and I'm becoming the next version of me, continuing to do these things that have given me utmost clarity. So when we talk about unblocking your blessings, finding your purpose, living your purpose, embracing your purpose, I want you guys to write these down. Write them in a notebook. Feel free to share them in the chat box with me. Definitely let me know of the 7 concepts I've just shared with you, the ones that resonate most with you. So far, we talked today about your happy, help, heal, holistic, habits, harmony, and hero. Okay? 7 concepts that I want you to really think about. How much time, how much energy are you investing into figuring out you? You're happy, figuring out where you want to heal, figuring out how you're going to work on you holistically, your habits, how you want to help, how you need help, where you need help, finding the hero in you, the things that you want to do to tap into the leader that is in you and creating harmony around you. Those are the 7 concepts I want you to think about. Number 1. And for me, number 2, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to take 7 days and every single day take at least 15 minutes. If you could do 30, great. If you could push the 30 to 60, even better. Take some time to think about each of these concepts and to really earnestly create your next best steps, how you're going to invest more time and more energy into these parts of you, your personal and your professional too. Okay? If you're like, listen, I need to prioritize me this year, to be clear, these 7 right here are 7 integral parts that I want you to consider. Okay? And like I said, feel free to let me know which of these 7 really resonates with you. So that was the first part of Purpose to Profit. Okay? The next thing that I want to do, let me friendly remind you, definitely make sure that you create a Google Docs, docs.google.com, so that as we are hanging out tonight and tomorrow, you've got a document, your Purpose to Profit brain dump document, to really kind of take notes and reflect on the things that we talk about today. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, remember, I'm going to be here tonight, but also early 7 a.m. EST, hanging out with you guys. Whether you're watching me live or on the replay side, feel free to share this out and or tag your business besties who want to work on their purpose and profits too. Okay. And then, of course, for me, number 3, this is a part of my success series. And if you want to set yourself up for success, I do have several support solutions to help you. And we're going to have a conversation about one of those in just a second. If you go to sistersense.com, you will see this year's success plan. And I want you to be able to unlock that before it goes away, okay, in a few days. That success plan is going to give you several resources that I've created to help you get better at building your best business, life, and self. Now, Set Up for Success has a ton of things in there, but to be clear, I want to be able to support you when it comes to you being a solopreneur, mommypreneur, entrepreneur throughout the entirety of this year, okay? 2 days hanging out with me virtually is awesome. 365 days is even better. So when you go to the Set Up for Success experience, you can unlock just that. Or I would say join us inside the Insider Circle 12-month experience, okay? So that we can work on your money, your marketing, your sales, your motivation, your monetization consistently. Because one of the things that I have to say is that we all need people to pour into us. A lot of us are pouring into others every single day and find ourselves depleted. A lot of us are like, listen, we about halfway through the year, the first month of the year, and I'm already exhausted. Right? You find distractions are everywhere. A whole lot of stuff is going on. It's so vital to have a community, to have a space that is going to support you and pour into you, because you need that too. So I invite you to join us as part of the Insider Circle. And it's a 12-month experience to help work on building your best business, making sure you're working on you, doing what you need to do to prioritize what you want as far as what you want to see in your life and your business. And again, when you go to sistersense.com, just click that button, that image that says your 2025 success plan. All the details are in there for you. Okay, so first part of our experience today, done. 1. Next thing that I want to do is to jump into a conversation with you about your momentum. Okay, so we talked about purpose. Let's talk about your momentum. I'm going to drink some water real quick, and then we'll move forward. I've got my notes here. Awesome. Okay. I have several things that I have been working on over the course of several years. Okay. I've been doing the Momentum series for a couple of years now. And in the process of doing that series, I've created several things as far as the Momentum experience is concerned. Number one, the Momentum 12-week workbook. Okay. By the way, this is inside of the success plan, number one, the Momentum Commit Challenge, number two, and the Momentum Journal, number three. I also have the Momentum Summit. I have the Momentum Mastermind, as well as the Momentum Card Deck. So I've been working on the Momentum experience for a couple of years now. And the Momentum 12-week journal is all about working on 12 weeks what other people can't do in 12 months. Getting really laser focused and intentional, especially when it comes to getting clear and kicking off the new year. So this next part of today's conversation, what I want to do is talk to you about starting to move forward with momentum. So if you've got the success plan, like I said, I've put this in there for you. But either way, what I want to do is to talk to you about several things you can do to jumpstart the year. This right here is one of my favorite quotes. I know you can't see it from where I am, so I'm just going to read it out to you. It says, I owe it to myself to be consistent. I owe it to myself to be disciplined. I owe it to myself to stay focused. You owe it to yourself, right? You are working so hard. You are doing all the things. But see, this right here is something that not a lot of us get the opportunity to do. So if nothing else, I want you to commit to you when it comes to being consistent, when it comes to being disciplined, when it comes to being focused. So let's talk about what that's going to look like. First thing, when it comes to momentum, I love to have the conversation around visualization. So we are going to, like I said, I know that it's hard to kind of see it from this distance. I'm a shorty short kind of a girl, so I can't stretch. I can't stretch too far, right? But I do want you to be able to dig into this with me, okay? So you can get the PDF version of this. With my Insider Circle 12-month program, I will be sending out the Momentum series to those of you in the 12-month program. I'm going to be shipping out these for my Insider Circle mentees, I want to say 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, it's like 2 weeks. I'm just shipping these out. So make sure that you get into the Insider Circle so I can ship one of these out to you too, okay? But what I want to do is talk about the 12-week vision and your 1-year goal, okay? Those are two things that we're going to talk about today. So first, let's start with the 1-year goal. Set your 1-year goal. Start by envisioning the person you wish to become within the next 12 months. Identify the areas of your life and business that you want to improve. Identify at least one big goal that truly matters to you. So this is really, to me, a powerful experience because when it comes to manifestation, for me, it starts with visualization. It starts with visualizing the person you want to become the last day of this year. You see her already. You know her already. And you want to walk into her by establishing what is your 1-year big goal and being able to create a space where you can break that down, right? And so breaking down that goal is important, right? I want it to be a holistic the things that you personally want to do, of course, professional too. And to be honest with you, I want it to be something that kind of scares you. I want you to be a little bit scared when you think about this big goal, because you know what? A lot of us, we play too small. We play too small. We never get to the point where we truly want to be, because we never give ourselves the opportunity to truly acknowledge that person, truly speak into existence this person. Whether we're scared to say it out loud, we're scared of what other people will think, we're scared folks will think that we're trying to change or come out of the boxes that they want to keep us in. Get scared. Think about your one big 1 year goal. That's number one. Okay. Number two, as you are thinking about that one big 1 year goal, let's talk about the 12-week vision. Because everything when it comes to momentum happens with strategy and intention. To be clear, for you to get there, for you to become her by the end of the year, you got to start here. Now, it's okay if it's not January 1st. Okay? It is okay if it is not January 1st. One of my favorite sayings, I have something called the Fresh Start program, and you get access to that inside the Insider Circle. One of my favorite sayings with Fresh Start is your fresh start starts now. So it doesn't have to be January 1st. It doesn't have to be Monday. It doesn't have to be Sunday. It just needs to be today. So you say, today, moving forward, I'm going to take action for the next 12 weeks. I'm going to proactively do the things that I need to do to live in my purpose, to tap into my profit potential. And what that looks like is creating your virtual, excuse me, your virtual vision board. And we have the space to do that here. Okay. I'm going to see if I can, stretch. I don't know how well you can see that with my ring light being all bright. You probably could just see the colors on the side, but this is about highlighting those things that you wish to attract. And this is also about creating a space where you don't self-censor or doubt yourself. Because when we get into the negative self-talk, we start to, before we even write it, we scratching it out. We don't want to talk about, no, I can't, right? Don't self-censor. Don't doubt yourself. Let your thoughts flow freely. What do you want to attract? What are the action steps you are going to take to attract those things, to put yourself in the spaces where those things are happening, or those people are working, or is popping? You know what I'm saying? I want you to think about that. Don't self-censor. Let it flow freely. Next thing that I want you to do, because there are a few things that I want to share with you, are 3 R's. Okay? 3 R's. Let's talk about it. This is where we combine the purpose conversation with the profit conversation. We want to think about your routines, okay? And when we think about your routines, specifically as far as your business is concerned, there are 3 core concepts I want you to think about. Your revenue, your reach, and your ruts. Your ruts. I'm going to start with the last one. We all find ourselves in spaces where we get into ruts. And we're like, it's hard to break out of it, right? When you get into a rut. You want to think about, I call this the rut reversal process. Places where you feel like you're stuck, and you're ready to get past that hurdle and get where you need to be, get where you want to be, right? So a part of this process of really moving forward with momentum, with strategy, with intention, is to create your own rut reversal plan, right? Where again, you're thinking about, this is where I feel like stuff isn't working for me. And so I need to intentionally do this, this, and this to get out of this rut that I'm in. Number one. Number two, as we go through the Momentum 12-week planner, is I want you to think about your reach, right? As a business owner, you need to reach people, right? To be able to live in your purpose. What are some things that you plan to proactively do to work on your efforts when it comes to reach? Reaching the people you wish to serve. Can't remember, but there used to be a telephone commercial that was like, reach out and touch someone, right? I think there's even a song like that. Can't remember. 80s baby, knowing things that you can't remember. But there are things that you want to do in your business. There are projects, products, programs that you want to launch. Literally, we all know people. Making a list of people you can individually, personally reach out to. Thinking about ways that you are going to proactively reach people in the virtual universe, right? Whether you choose to go live, whether you choose to do TikTok, whether you choose to do Reels, whether you choose to do a podcast, whether you choose to say, you know what, I'm going to go on a tour. I'm going to drive around the country and share my message. What do you plan to do to reach people? And revenue, that profit, that money, that cheddar. Getting that cheddar makes it better, right? What do you plan to do as far as your revenue is concerned? Thinking about how much revenue you want to make. One of the things that I do with my private clients is called creating a revenue roadmap, right? Your annual goals, your quarterly, your monthly goals, how far you are from getting to that next goal, especially those of you who currently have businesses, looking at how much you're bringing in versus what you want to see in the future. These are all things for you to consider when it comes to your revenue, what you plan to create so that you're working on your profit goals. These are all things for you to think about when it comes to your momentum, right? So we want to take that bigger 12-month, 1-year goal where you want to be by the end of the year. And then we want to get clear about your 12-week vision, especially with respect to your revenue, your reach, your ruts. And for each of these, proactively starting to map out different routines. Here are some routines I'm going to do to work on my ruts, routines I'm going to do to work on my reach, routines I'm going to do to work on my revenue, so that you're doing what you need to do to move forward. Step by step. Step by step. You have to take action. Nothing changes if nothing changes, right? And so this part 2 of this purpose to profit experience that I wanted to share with you, just kind of hanging out with you this evening, and then also coming back and doing another live tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. I just kind of wanted to break down some things that I've already broken down in many ways, so that you can gain some action steps, some direction, some support around your purpose and profit potential. And like I said, the Momentum Planner, and the next Momentum Challenge that I'm going to share with you next, these are all, the digital versions are available inside of the Success Plan on Sister Sense. When you unlock the Success Plan, there's so much in there for you. The Momentum series is a part of that too. But you'll also learn about, one second. When you take a look on Sister Sense at the success plan, the 2025 success plan, there's a lot of support services in there to help you jumpstart your year. Resources, trainings, templates, tools when it comes to setting yourself up for success. Yes, I've got that inside the success plan. But I also, when you get there, I want to share the 12-month experience so that if you need that support, somebody pouring into you when it comes to working on your business, your monetization, creating print products, creating digital products, we'll be working on those things every single month for the duration of the year. I want you to be able to get clear and move forward with momentum, not just in this conversation, but having me check in with you week by week, because that accountability for me is key. So like I said, if you didn't have the opportunity to come to North Carolina and hang out with me this weekend here at the beautiful Hilton in Greenville, come out in April. I'm doing Spring into Action here in North Carolina. And the next one after that in October is Print Your Profits. So we always hang out virtually within the community, within the Sister Sense circle. And also you have the opportunity to work with me privately. And you can learn more about that when you go over to sistersense.com and click the image, the button for the 2025 success plan, okay? But we're gonna focus on some practical things that you can do right now. I'm sharing the momentum experience with you. The next part of momentum that we're going to talk about, so much fun, I call it the commit challenge, okay? I'm getting over this cold, y'all, so I got to keep my water close by me, baby. Okay, so we went through the first parts, the first section in the Momentum Planner. It's on visualization. I wanted you to visualize the person, the life, the business that you wish to see by the end of this year. Set your 1-year big goal, your 12-week action steps when it comes to ruts, revenue, routines, reach. We talked about that for the last couple of minutes, number one. Now I want to go into the commit challenge that I've created for you. Commit for me is all about strategically setting one thing that you say, of all the things, here is one thing that I plan to do for 30 days. And then having the space to work on that thing, right? That's what the commit challenge is all about. Like I said, I don't know how well you can see these sheets, but you can definitely download the commit challenge and the Momentum 12-week planner inside of your success plan, right? And you can find that on sistersense.com. Now, I'm going to lean in because what I did here was create a space for you to really identify at least one thing you're going to commit to. And then you have these boxes where you're going to check off you proactively. And again, I got my ring light on, so it might be a little hard to see, but you can proactively work on, let me inch you a little bit, where you can proactively work on your core commitments. Oh man, it's like the ring light just made it hard to see. Let me see, angle. Doggone it. You wait, download it. Go get your success plan, download it, and you'll see this a lot better. Okay. Where you can identify, number one, your main focus. Number two, your start and end date. Because I always tell you, I don't care if it's not the first of the month or it's not the first of the week. You're going to start today. Whatever today is, that's your start date. Track it, 30 days. One thing you're going to commit to. That's the 30-day commit challenge, number one. Number two, that's not the only thing that you're going to find inside of the commit challenge guide. Do you need to work on your money, honey? Do you need to work on your profit? One way to do that is to get strategic and intentional about setting your daily revenue goals and identifying things that you're going to do to work towards them. So I have several things in here to help you get clear. One is your money map. So being able to identify what you plan to sell over a 5, 7, or 30-day period, and then how you're going to essentially hit your main revenue goal. You're going to put that in the middle, and you're going to identify, again, my apologies with this ring light situation that I got going on here. I try to angle it so you can see it. Okay, so you're going to identify your main offer and what you're selling, how much it costs, how many sales you want to make, and the other products that you are planning to sell in this money map experience. Number 2. Number 3, for me, there are several trackers that can help you. These are all coins. So you can track how much money, how many sales you're bringing in over the course of a 30-day period. You've got your sales tracker. Next thing you've got here is the video challenge, right? When it comes to reach, when it comes to revenue, many of us proactively work on creating content, especially video content on social media platforms, on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the things. So being able to challenge yourself, even if it's just a short video. Like I said, I'm literally this year challenging myself for 365 days. I've already started to post at least one short form video every single day. And so getting into a place where you're being more proactive, this is another sheet that you got as part of the commit challenge. Another one is 30 days of doing, and just you making note of the things that you do every day over the course of 30 days. Man, this ring light is bright. I'm trying like so hard to get you to see these pages. Again, the easiest thing to do is just go to Get Your Success Plan so you can download these momentum worksheets that I've put together for you. Oh, this one is fun. I've got a bingo board in here. Helps you get clear, especially if you're like, I want to do something, but I don't know what to do. You can use the bingo board when it comes to being proactive as an internet digital marketer, solopreneur. You've got fun things on the bingo board like go live, or challenge yourself, make at least $300 to $500 today, send at least 2 to 3 emails this week, promote a sales page or a lead magnet, finish a project. The bingo board is awesome. Lots of fun for my fellow entrepreneurs who just kind of want some direction and motivation as far as things that you can do. I was actually talking to one of my clients a day or two ago, and she was like, LaShonda, even when you're sick, like you're just always so motivated. Like, where does that self-motivation come from, right? And creating little micro activities like this for you, something that I love to do for me. These are just a few of the things that you're going to find inside of the 30-day challenge guide. And again, this is inside the success plan on sistersense.com. There's a ton of stuff in there for you as far as resources to really help you set yourself up for success and jumpstart this year. Those of you who are inside the 1-year program, remember, enrollment for my Insider Circle 1-year program closes soon. But when you go to the success plan page, you can sign up, right? Those of you at the Insider Circle program, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be shipping out the Momentum planners. Yay! So make sure that you can get your boss box with all the good goods that I want to share with you guys. But you got to be in my Insider Circle 12-month program to get that. The printed version. Anyway, the digital ones are inside the success. Woo. I'm telling you, I'm trying so hard to get over this little cough. The digital ones are in the success plan, okay? So let me know when it comes to the commit challenge. Can you think about one thing that you want to commit yourself to do for the next 30 days, okay? That's your homework. Feel free to drop something in the chat for me and you say, okay, this is something that professionally or personally I'm going to commit myself to doing for the next 30 days. You want to become your best you. You want to find, baby. That water ain't helping me. Let's take 2 seconds to reset. Whew, breathe. If you truly want to live in your purpose or find your purpose, you really have to get better at discipline, better habits. And I created Momentum and the Commit Challenge to help you do that. Let me know one thing you're going to commit to for the next 30 days. What else is in here for you? Lots of fun things. I'm looking for one thing in particular, but I think it's in the journal. Yes. So the journal is awesome as well, because when it comes to tracking your revenue, your reach, and your routines, this one has daily trackers in here for you as well. I'm just trying to pause and reset my system because I keep coughing, y'all. Whew, I'm trying to control it. So I'm going to be sending out, as part of my Girl Boss box, I'm going to be sending out the Momentum Planner and some other surprise goodies. I'm going to show you guys a couple of my Girl Boss mystery boxes tomorrow. So definitely hang out with me tomorrow. But I definitely want to share some of the Momentum resources with you. So if you want to get the physical ones and get a gift Girl Boss box from yours truly, make sure that you sign up for the Insider Circle 12-month program so you can get that Girl Boss gift from yours truly. But of course, learn more about that when you go over to the Success Plan page. Go to Sister Sense, Success Plan, right there. Click the link. All the details are there for you. Of course, always feel free to email me or send me a voice message if you have questions about anything that you see, or even leave a comment here and I will check comments after the fact, okay? So we're gonna do, let me check the time. We're gonna do one more thing today. I'm gonna hang out with you guys for a little bit longer, and then we'll do the second half of these projects that I wanna share with you tomorrow. Now, before I forget, I have shared a new guide. It's called the Jumpstart 2025 Guide. And if you go over to sizzlesense.com/2025, you can download your guide, okay? I forgot to mention that earlier, but if somebody could drop that into the chat for me, that would be great. Last thing we're going to do is I'm going to talk to you about building your best business, okay? So today, just to kind of recap, I wanted to, as I'm here at the beautiful Hilton here in Greenville, North Carolina this weekend, I wanted to spend some time with you guys, do a pop-up experience. So that's why we're focused on purpose and your profit today, okay? So I'm doing this pop-up tonight. Then tomorrow morning, I'm going to do another one with you guys in between all the things I'm doing this weekend, okay? So far, we talked about 7 key concepts when it comes to your purpose. That was the first part of today, number 1. And then number 2, I took you inside of the Momentum 12-week planner so we can talk about how you can set yourself up for success as far as doing in the first 12 weeks what most people can't do in 12 months, right? So being really intentional about thinking about your 1-year big goal, your end of year vision, and then breaking down some action steps that you can take at the start of the year. Hopefully that helped you. Last thing that we're going to do is a part of the Build Your Best Business Set Up for Success 5-day challenge. Yes. And these, I'm giving you like little tidbits of these, but you can unlock this and so much more inside of the 2025 success plan, okay? And if you just go to sizzlesense.com, you'll see that success plan is literally waiting for you, okay? So let's talk about the 5-day challenge. And for me, this is about gaining clarity when it comes to 5 core concepts in your business, okay? So we talked about 7 parts when it comes to your purpose. Let's talk about these 5 core parts when it comes to your profit potential, okay? I found it. All right. This guide, your 5-day challenge inside the success plan. The best way to predict the future is to create it. I don't know if you've ever heard that quote, but I absolutely believe in this. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Don't wait. Create your amazing. Be intentional. Be purposeful. Take action, right? One of the reasons why I love to work with y'all inside of my community, especially over the course of 1 year, is because every single week, every month, I share action activities so that you're doing the best to move forward to create your best, right? When it comes to 5 core concepts you want to consider when it comes to getting better at building better, they are the following: solutions, systems, self-publishing, subscriptions, and signups. You got to get better at building better in these 5 core areas. So let's talk about it. I'm going to give you a quick overview of these 5 here, and then I want you to take the next step. As part of the success plan, I break down this 5-day challenge, and basically the long and short of it is taking at least 15 to 20 minutes each day for 5 days to begin the process of creating an action plan in these 5 core areas. The first one is solutions. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, infopreneur like myself, you're in a space where you want to help people get better in some way. So you've got to get better at delivering better solutions to your audience. What that means is D&D. When I say D&D, you've got to decide how you're going to define the solutions that you're trying to offer to your audience and how you're going to deliver those solutions to the people that you wish to serve. D&D, for me, helps you gain strategic clarity around what it is that you want to give. Because at the end of the day, I believe that if you're trying to generate profit, if you're trying to generate revenue, if you're trying to attract customers to you, there's something simple for you to understand. Help real people get real results, and you will generate real revenue. You understand what I'm saying? The big part here is help, right? And real. So if you're in spaces where you can create solutions for very specific things that people are looking to get support around, and you can help people get real results, those people will pay you, they'll come back to you, and they'll bring their friends too. I know that's the case for me. I am an entrepreneur who works organically. I do organic marketing, check in with people. I get referrals from people who go, you need to go to LaShonda. She's going to help you figure it all out, right? And that is how I've been able to create a sustainable business 20 plus years in, right? And so for you, if you're trying to build your best business, I want you to first think about solutions, ones that you have versus ones that you would like to create this year, and how you're going to get clear as far as D&D. Defining each solution specifically, how you're going to help real people get real results, and how you're going to deliver that solution in some capacity, whether it be virtually, digitally, online, in person, whatever the case may be, product, service, somewhere in between. So 5 key points to building your best life. We're going through the 5-day challenge and a workbook that I've created for you as part of the success plan. The first one is solutions. The second one is systems. I don't know if you've ever heard this acronym: save yourself time, energy, money. Get better at creating better systems. I have identified 21 systems that every solopreneur entrepreneur should be aware of. And I'm going to share a few of them with you, but this guide goes through all 21. And the reason why I want you to go through all 21 is so you can identify the ones that you want to set up versus step up. As the name suggests, you want to identify systems that you're like, listen, I need to set these systems up in my business so I can streamline it and it can work better for me. Number 2, on the flip side, you need to see there are systems that maybe you haven't maybe identified them as that kind of system, but you're like, oh, I got that. But it's time for me to step it up and make that even better. As part of my 12-month program, we have month-by-month activities. Working on solid systems is a series that we have each month in the Insider Circle. So you want to make sure that you check out the Setup for Success plan so that if you wanted the opportunity to work on these things with me, you could do that inside the Success Circle community. But at the very least, I want you to be able to unlock inside the success plan build your best business 5-day challenge and guide, this guide right here, so you can get clear about the 21 systems for entrepreneurs and the ones that matter most to you. Now, of the 21, there are 2 that I actually focused on with clients last week. I always love to do, when I do in-person events here in North Carolina, virtual for those who can't hang out with me in person. Last weekend, when we did Fire Start Your Year, I talked about 2 systems in particular. Content creation, having a content creation system so you don't feel like you're struggling when it comes to creating consistent content. Let me know if that's a struggle for you, number 1. And number 2, I also talked about lead generation, because you have to be able to drive traffic to your business, your products, your pages. Lead generation, content creation, 2 systems in particular that are so important. So when we did the Fire Start Your Year workshop, even if you missed it, by the way, you always get access to my lives and my replays inside my Insider Circle 12-month program. So if you do want support, accountability, want to work on motivation, monetization, marketing, sales with me over the course of this year, the Insider Circle experience is open, but enrollment does close soon. Okay. And when you go to the sistersense.com page, just click on the 2025 success plan so you can unlock your success plan and consider looking into working with me and the community as part of the 12-month Insider Circle experience. Okay. So when we did Fire Start Your Year, even if you missed it, you can get access to unlocking those replays. We created a 12-week email automated series. How many of you need to get better at automation, at email marketing, at creating lead magnets, at driving traffic to your lead magnets so you can build your list and work on both communication, consistent communication, and conversions? One way to get better at creating a content creation system and to get better at creating a lead generation system is to have some sort of a nurturing email sequence that's automated and goes out for you. Now, if you know how to do that or set it up, more power to you. But if you'd like me to walk you through the process, we did that in last week's Fire Start Your Year virtual training. And I definitely want you to be able to unlock that inside the Insider Circle. Because again, 5 key concepts that you want to work on when it comes to building your best business. The first one I just talked about was solutions. The second one is systems. And 2 of the 21 systems that I could share with you today, just to kind of get you started, okay, is getting better at content creation. Number 1, do you need a content creation system? Number 1, do you need a lead generation system? Number 2, you can literally work on those 2 systems by creating one simple automated email sequence. And I went through the process of showing you guys how to create a 4 to 12 week email welcome, build relationship, nurturing sequence inside our Fire Start Your Year webinar workshop last week. Again, if you missed it, the replays are on demand, online, instant access right now inside the Insider Circle experience, okay? So next on the list for you, we talked about solutions 1, systems 2 is, drum roll please, self-publishing. So it's funny because I have brought with me this weekend so many books. Some of them are books that I help my clients create, and some of them are books that I have published myself, right? And I just went through the Momentum 12-week planner with you, and I'm currently taking you through the Build Your Best Business 5-day challenge, right? Write this down. Books build businesses. Whether you want to work on profit or promotion, whether you want to create digital ebooks or print books, books build businesses. So when it comes to proactively building your best business, you need to get better at building better solutions, working on streamlining through better systems, and get better at self-publishing your own content. There's so many times that I work with women who they have officially become an author. They've worked with some sort of publishing company, but baby, the horror stories of months or even a year plus of them going back and forth and spending money and waiting for their project to be published. One of the things that I love to do is to share with you how to QC, quickly create quality content. And so if there is one thing that you can do is to commit yourself to creating more self-published book projects. And in that capacity, I teach and recommend focusing on mini books that are 20 to 120 pages that you can create in under a week. Now, some of my books may take a little bit longer than that, but there are many books that I produce that I classify as mini book projects, right? So I've been doing the Write the Book Challenge. I did 5 days all this week, the Write the Book Challenge, which you get access to inside the Success Plan, okay? So just in case you missed my last Write the Book Challenge, you'll get access to the replays for the one we did this week, plus invitations the next time I do the 5-day series live, okay? Plus, you're gonna get access to templates to help you with your self-publishing efforts, because I want you to start creating mini books, and I want you to be able to create a starter guide, a playbook, resources that are gonna help you help the people you wish to serve. So if you're excited about that, if you missed the Write the Book Challenge, if you want a book template, if you're ready to get better at self-publishing, the Write the Book experience at the light level is inside of the Success Plan for you, number 1. Number 2, if you decide to hang out with me inside the Insider Circle 12-month program, we are working on the 12 books in 12 months project. The first book project this month, we are working on creating 5-day challenges, okay? So the very same template I used to create my Build Your Best Business 5-day challenge, you get this template to create your own 5-day challenge book, and you can even integrate audio or video content into your book, whether you choose to give it away or sell it as a print or digital. We go through all the things, number 1. That's what we're working on this month. Next month, we are going to work on creating your own 12-week workbook, especially those of you who have courses and you want to be able to create workbooks for your courses, for your master classes. That's going to be the next book project with me. Every month, 12 books over the course of 12 months. Those are the first 2-month projects. You get templates, you get trainings, you get all the things. Thinking about your self-publishing efforts, if you are self-publishing at all, how many books, imprints do you have underneath your belt, number 1? How long does it take you to get these things done? Number two. Literally in under a week, I want to be able to show you how you can create mini books more often. I also want you to understand that when it comes to profit potential, there are so many things that you can do. Now, when it comes to ebooks, let's say you've got like a $25 ebook. For every 4 books you sell, that's $100, right? You work on making $100 a day for 30 days, that's 3K, right? In this economy, every bit helps, right? I also talk about the fact that not only do books build businesses, building your books, you can build bundles. My first bundle, I called it my Black Business Starter Kit. I put in it at the time all the ebooks I had created at that time and sold it for $100. 10 people paid you $100. You just made $1,000 right there, baby. To be clear, whether you're looking to get to 3K, 4K, 5K, 10K plus, you've got to be strategic. You've got to be intentional about things that are going to help you move the needle. And for me, a practical solution is getting into self-publishing, creating mini books, building out bundles, and strategically having these offers that you can sell to profit, but also having these books that you can create to promote your experience, to promote your brand, to bring in new clients. Because a lot of people read books, and when they read the book and they learn about you and the amazingness that you do, they're going to want to be able to work with you, right? So using books for profit and promotion, self-publishing for me is key. Next on the list of 5 ways that you can work on building your best business this year, to be clear, is subscriptions. You should have at least one subscription-based program working for you. And when it comes to subscriptions, one word that I focus on is simple. Simple subscription offers, whether it be giving people the opportunity to get one-on-one coaching with you, or breaking your high-ticket offers into payment plans, option number 2. Simple subscriptions that are sustainable for you, that don't overextend you, especially if, like me, you're a solopreneur and you got a lot going on. Creating subscriptions so that you are working on what I always encourage my clients to work on, your MRR, monthly recurring revenue. This conversation that I'm having with you today is about your purpose and your profit, okay? Right now, we're talking about the profit part of things. When it comes to your profit, having a subscription-based offer, at least 1, 2, more than a few, so that you're consistently bringing revenue into your business on a month-by-month basis, it's going to help you with sustainability. For me, that is key. You're trying to reach a goal, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 plus, whatever the case may be. You don't want have to be in a place where that goal always comes from one-time purchases. Folks are like, when they launch, they're great. When they don't launch, ain't no money. And then they find themselves burnt out because they always trying to launch, or they take it forever to launch. You want to have a percentage of revenue that comes through consistently without the need to consistently have to launch all the time or to attract new customers all the time. Sustainability comes through repeat business, customers coming back to you. So working on at least one new subscription offer, having several working for you, is one thing that you can do to work on building your best business. This 5-day challenge is about you strategically taking time every day for 5 days to start mapping out your plans when it comes to these 5 core concepts. Subscriptions being number 4, signups being the last on this list. Why? Because at the end of the day, you really need 3 things online when it comes to making a profit. You need products, things you actually sell. You need pages to put the products on. Then you need people to go to the pages to see the products so you can make a profit. And when you think about that, the reality is this. At the end of the day, In order to create a space where you are creating a sustainable business that's not just surviving but thriving, you need people, right? In order to work on that, working on your signups, having a list, a quality list that is consistently growing is a part of the process. So being able to create spaces where you're proactively getting people on your list, whether it be through purchasing things from you or signing up to something that you've created, a landing page, a sales page, working on your signups and your sales consistently, for me, baby, that's key. So I want you to think about these 5 areas. I definitely have so much more to share, but I wanted to be able to hang out with you guys at least for an hour or two today. And then we're going to jump back on here tomorrow so that we can explore some other things that you can do. Okay. So when it comes to this conversation around the 5-day challenge, building your best business, let's do a quick recap. Solutions, building better solutions, D&D, define and deliver. How are you going to do that for each of the solutions you want to put out there? Number 1. Number 2, systems. I shared 2 of 21 that you should consider either starting to set up or stepping up so you can create better systems to make your business run better. Number 2. Number 3, for me, it's got to be all about creating a space where you proactively work on, I just had a brain pause right there. I think I've been talking to y'all for so long. I'm like, wait a minute. Where did I leave off? We talked about solutions, systems, self-publishing. There we go. Books build businesses, working on creating mini books and bundles. So you have not only low ticket, but high ticket, not only digital, but print. You are diversifying your income streams with respect to self-publishing. That was core concept number 3 for me. Number 4, I want you to explore whether you have simple systems as far as subscriptions that are working for you. Do you need to add, integrate, create new subscription programs that are going to help you work on your monthly revenue? And then last but not least, are you strategically working on attracting qualified leads, converting new customers, working on your signups and sales? Okay. Solutions, systems, self-publishing, signups, sales. Whether you're catching me live or on the replay side, I want you to think about those 5. And of course, feel free to dig into the full Build Your Best Business Set Up for Success 5-day challenge from me to you. All of these resources thus far that I've shared with you and so much more, literally waiting for you inside of your 2025 success plan. When you go over to sistersense.com, you can find all the details there. You'll literally see 2025 success plan flashing out at you. So you can make sure that you get that before that goes away. And of course, if you would like to work with me inside the Success Circle community, when you get there, I invite you to join us inside of the Insider Circle so that for 12 months, we can work on you building your best business, life, and self. All right, y'all. So I'm wrapping it up for today. I had so much fun hanging out with you guys. It has been a full day for me. Baby, I've got so much more to do. I'm definitely going to jump on here and share parts 2 with you guys tomorrow at 7 a.m. EST, hanging out with yours truly, your content coach and business bestie, LaShonda Henry, aka Sister Sense. So as always, I thank you for hanging out with me, whether you're live or on the replay side. Definitely check in. Let me know who you are, where you are in this beautiful world today. Number 1. Number 2, the nuggets. Let me know, number 2, any nuggets of wisdom that perhaps I shared that resonated with you when it came to the 3 things we discussed today. We talked about your purpose, number 1. We talked about your momentum, number 2, and your plan, specifically the 5-point setup for success plan, number 3. Those are the things that we discussed, and I'd love to know what has helped you thus far. That's it for today, my friends. Hopefully, I get to see you a little bit more tomorrow. Of course, as always, do what you need to do to create your amazing. And I'll be right back here real soon to point you in the right direction. Mwah. Bye.